Alright, hello everybody, Russian Batman here. Today, I was really excited for this. This is actually going to be, I don't know if this is my first set review. I might have done another video by the time this comes out. But this, I'm excited for. If you don't know, this is the Lego NES set number 71347. Piece count. You see, it's all here. You could read. You can read. I don't have to read this crap for you. It's a Lego set, NES, Nintendo. Why? Okay, why do reviewers have to? You could read this all yourself. Nintendo seal of approval. But so you see, this box is so big I don't even have it on my desk. But I have this set, and I will be. This is going to be the review for it. And I'm looking at the box first because honestly, now that I think about it, I think it makes more sense to look at the box first because that's like the first thing you're gonna get, because you don't have the set and look at the box after. By the time I build the set, the box is gonna be long in the garbage. Okay, I know a lot of people who love to keep track of these boxes, but here's a good look. I really like the But speaking of boxes, I really like the greebling on here for the 18 plus. I haven't seen. I think I might have seen some of this. Like there's some like Star Wars sets that do it, but I really like. Look at that. You'd like clearly see what all the pieces are, and it's just really interesting. So I really like that in my opinion. Here's the back of the box. I remember this got leaked online, so it's cool to see it now in person. So the NES. Nothing really much to see with the box. I like this design on the side. And you can see the top. So there's no minifigures for this set, if you didn't know. They just show the little Mario piece, brand new piece. And I am excited to build this bad earlier 18 plus sets. And so when I had to go to look, so I had to show my ID. No, I'm just kidding. They don't make you show your ID. Or at least I don't think they do. Unless they just thought I was 18, which I will not say if I am or am not older or younger than 18. You will just have to, someone will have to make a conspiracy about that because, my mouth is sealed. So I think next up, go to time lapse. I don't know if it's all going to be built the same day, so the time lapse might be a bit choppy because it might go from like day to day. I don't know. I haven't gotten started building this, but I will build this, and that should be fun. So let's get started with that. All right, this is a time lapse of me building the NES, and something I noticed right away when actually doing the building process is there are just for this first build there are quite a bit of grays, and later on you can see it kind of gets a bit confusing because the bags just end up kind of being like piles of just gray and dark gray bricks, and it can at times get confusing. And this actually was kind of a challenging build, I'm not gonna lie. There were several times when building this or building kind of the other part where I got confused how to break some apart and then rebuild it, and that was it was a bit, like I said, it was a bit of a challenge, because sometimes I'd get it like if I'd get like a stud off, the mechanism would work, so I'd have to take it all apart. That happened later on, and I didn't actually get I didn't get the full filming of everything because my camera did die near the later half, and I wanted to finish it. I didn't want to wait for my camera to charge, so I didn't get the later half of building the TV, but I did film all of building the NES itself. And this is just the process, and you see me building the actual play feature of pushing down the NES thing and getting the cartridge to get in there, which is a really cool feature. And you can see here, like I said, there are parts that look simple, but even like building these little ridges, you can see here, it's actually kind of a complex kind of system of just kind of bricks in general. And the overall, it looks simple on the outside, but actually building it is kind of a different story. And you see here I'm actually building a little bit of that secret level, which was fun, and yeah, you could just kind of, and I really love that inclusion, by the way. But just overall the building process, it was pretty challenging. So if you are, like, for example, new to Lego, and like I said, there were actually a lot of people that knew Lego that bought this set because they're Nintendo fans, which I've never really seen that done before with a Lego set, where in like a whole different fan base decides to go in.
And a lot of people, this is their first set, which obviously isn't such a good idea because this is a fairly hard set to make, and it took a lot of other people like really long time, like 5 hours or so. And I've seen other people do like streams of it. And like I said, if you're not really if this is your first set, it may not be a good idea, even though a lot of other people have, because they're really nostalgic for the NES, and I get that. But like I said, it is a fairly challenging building process, and there are several times where I got it wrong. But overall, the NES, and you see the cartridge is pretty simplistic. Now even this controller is fairly complicated. Like on the inside, like on the outside, it looks kind of just simple. It's a brick, but in the inside you see a lot of colors and just kind of some complex building techniques, and it isn't that really simple. It isn't really black and white, and but it was fun once you get it. And it is, if you're good at building Lego, and if you have been, it is a really fun building process, and it's really satisfying when it all comes together. You can get that one meme with that guy like, oh yeah, it's all coming together. That one, I forget, what was it, Kronk? Yeah, I think Kronk. So here you go. So you can see me building the gears, and later on you can see there are 2 gears to the side. And when I made the turning platform later on, which I actually didn't record, I think I built it like, I think a stud off, or like one of those little holes, I forget what they're called, technical holes. I got like a technical hole off, and when I put it on, it actually wouldn't spin with the feature. So if it doesn't spin with the feature immediately, if you are building this, that means you probably got a stud off like I did. And you see building the center bit and the outside. And like I said, this is less gray, so it's not just a poly gray. There are a lot of browns, blacks, and it's a lot more colorful inside, because it's mostly hollow, except obviously like the little turning feature. But you see here just the building process, and me building the back, and it's just it's a cool process. And like I said, this is where like the only other sticker comes into play. And there's like 3 stickers in this set, and that'll be a theme throughout this video. I'll say it multiple times that there are only really 3 stickers, and which is really impressive for a set of this size to like have so much new prints, because it's not like, oh, they only have it's not like they don't have a lot of prints and only stickers. No, it's so much new prints, and it's really impressive in the building. You see here, I started building the little roundabout thing. This is where my camera dies soon, but even the roundabout was tricky to build, because sometimes like some of the parts would like pop off if you did it at a weird angle. And yeah, that part was a bit tedious, because you have to do like 60, I believe, of those little like tank tread pieces, and it's kind of annoying to get it together at times. But it was satisfying when it all comes together. And also little tiles to put on there was also another kind of a bit of annoyance. But yeah, other than that, I really liked it.
Boys, the build is finished, as you can see here. Oh crap! By the way, if you didn't know, these figures are not included. These are just my background figures. Wanted to throw that out there real quick. But you probably already knew that. This is, wow. But it was quite the building process. I probably talked about it earlier. But, this whole thing, everything comes with, except, see those 2 figures. So, yeah, let's just take a look at it individually. First, I think, first thing let's look at is, I don't even have to edit for this. Let's just look at the new kind of prints in here, because something really impressive with this set is, look, here's the entire sticker sheet. That is it. Everything else, like there's only a few stickers. I'll point it out when I get to that. But this is the entire sticker sheet for like a $200 set. Like, that is impressive. Like, it's even smaller than, like, I recently did a live build of the Razor Crest. This is like, and the Razor Crest is like way cheaper than this. Or not way cheaper, but fairly cheaper than this, and it has way more stickers. So I'm really impressed with the amount of stickers. So let's take a look at some of the kind of the Mario prints in here. Not including Mario. Let's just look, because they came with extras for these. They have, if I can get a good close-up look, you might have trouble focusing, but here are the new prints. And it's really interesting how they did this, because how they got the Goomba and the mushroom. They used the kind of sloped, the pizza slice piece, but they kind of made it go upwards. It's more of a triangle with a sloped bottom. But they still make it look pixelated by putting the pixels in there now. Interesting thing about this one, it's actually on a flesh-colored piece, which is very uncommon. Like you see, Mario also has, see that same flesh color. But yeah, so flesh colored piece, which very interesting choice. There aren't a lot of flesh, but that's the mushroom. Pretty, obviously these are very simple. I really like how the star turned out. Sorry for the buzzing. The Discord always goes off when I try to record. I don't know why that happens, but so yeah, you got the star, the question block, the coin, which is actually on the round tile, which I'll show you where that plays in soon. Goomba, I really like how this Goomba looks, and I love how, like I said, they give you extras. So, and then Red Shell, which I don't know, but I heard that Red Shell wasn't in the first level. There's only green Koopas. I don't know if that's true or not. I think I heard that from like a review once, but I need to double check that to make sure that is in fact true. But those are all of just kind of little. I can't really show off any figures, but I can show off these little prints, and also, I'll show you Mario now. I know I said I wouldn't. So Mario is, like I said, this new piece. It's very, yeah. So with these, they use existing pieces, but for Mario, they give him a brand new piece, exclusive to this set. And yes, it's the closest thing we're gonna get. This and Lego Mario, closest thing we have to a Mario minifigure so far. But we probably will get Mario figures in the future. So first off, let's just take a look at the NES. Kind of the this is the first thing I built, and I don't know if it's technically smaller, but it has less to show off, even though it's still really cool. But technicality wise, it has less to show off. So let's just let's go to that. All right, first let's take. Let me focus this camera. Let's just take a look at this controller, because it's kind of the smallest bit, and I love how this controller came out. Now, it's kind of weird because you can't push down the buttons. Now I understand why, obviously, but it is somewhat strange, and you can see, and this kind of shows, like, there are no stickers on here. It's all exclusive prints, like this Nintendo, the AB, even, look, right here, they have these exclusive prints, and it's just amazing the amount of exclusive prints they put into this. And they also got this tube that goes in there that's not coming out anytime soon. Another thing I love is it came with extras of one extra of this piece, if I could take it off. But if you see here, that's the handle piece, right? Like a minifigure handle piece in black, which is just extremely, it's small, but it's extremely useful. Like having this in different colors, it's going to be extremely useful for mocks. I'm interested to see what people do with that. And people haven't really done anything yet, but hopefully they will. I mean, that could be used for like a stove handle, or it could just be used for like Venom, if you want to make like a little, because that's perfect color for like Venom spores or something. But yeah, that's extremely interesting. These, I don't recognize these. I don't know if these existed before, but I'm just dumb. So you see, there's a lot of actually color in there, and it looked like, when you look at it, it looks very straightforward. But when you're building it, it's actually extremely complicated. I recorded the building process. Actually, the last bit of the building process, the camera died, but I recorded this and this being built. You probably saw that before, but like I said, all prints. It looks really nice. I haven't really felt an NES controller before. I don't own an NES. I have an SNES Mini, but this is just, I really like how this turned out. This is just really cool building techniques in here, and you see even that like slightly lower, and the way they get that done, and it's amazing. Like I said, I love the amount of prints, and how they, like I said, sticker sheet is only this big. That is really impressive. And you can see that goes in a cord that you see there, the little plug, and it plugs into either slot number 1 or 2. So let me get this to focus. But the only pet peeve is that it is a bit loose in there. Like I could easily, like yeah, it's not very solid, even though she uses those connections. But in there, instead of using the the receiving, it uses the clips. You see there, so it has a very looser connection. So yeah, you can plug it into 1 or 2. It only comes with 1 controller, so you can't have like 2 controllers in there, but you could put in controller slot 2 if you really want. So yeah, we take a quick. Actually, before we look at the actual NES, let's take a look at the cartridge. See what I did there? Just took it out. So this is where I think 2 out of the 3 stickers come into play. And these aren't hard stickers to put on at all. They're fairly big, but like even if you mess it up a bit, right, it kind of blends in. You can't really notice it. And they're not transparent stickers. There's no bubbles. It looks great. And I think Justin pointed out that the original cartridges had stickers on them. So this is technically accurate. And this this is probably one of the more simple builds, honestly. Just kind of plate, but they do put a little bit of green in there. I don't know if you can see that. You've probably seen it in other reviews to make it look like a there's like a chip in there, which is very interesting. So yeah, that's how that looks. Let's take a look at the actual NES itself, and I might have to move the camera quite a bit for this. But you see here, like I said, look, print, all brand new prints just made for this set, which, like I said, really impressive that they didn't just go with stickers. And I don't know, that's just baffling to me that they put this amount of prints. I don't know any other sets where they put this amount of exclusive prints into it, which is really impressive. So you can see here, if you go along here, they make divots. I think it's accurate to the original NES. I think Justin made a comparison. Divot here, some plugs, really nice detail. And look, see, even that is like a on the very side of a plate they put printing. If we could focus. Yeah, on the side of a plate they put printing for audio and video. Like, I think the only other place I've really seen printing on the side of a plate were like the original Lego Minecraft, like the Ideas versions. But other than that, like, wow. And you can see here, I'll move the camera, go to the top of this thing, and you can just see this ridge. It goes all the way through. It looks really clean. Like, I think the only not so clean parts is right like there, and then also these kind of protrude out a little bit, but that's kind of minor. That's really minor, and that would be like, to complain about that would be really nitpicky. So and as you saw before, you've seen this probably 1,000 times, but it has the feature to actually put the cartridge in and out like the original NES, which, I don't know, the way they do that is just really clever. So it feels just like it. So I can show you how that works if you don't know. And that's actually kind of why they have this piece here. So you could just put a fingernail in there and open this. So yeah, look. So I got this opened, and you can kind of see a little bit of how it works. You can see when it goes in, the tires kind of catch it, so it kind of stays in. And you put it down, it goes down. And if I could get a good look at the actual feature, I'd have to actually take this out. You can see this. I think that was the first spring piece I got. This is a very interesting piece. So you can see here, this little thing. When I push it down, it goes down. I think it gets caught in something. Now, even when building it, it's kind of hard to fully understand and grasp the feature. And then when you push it down again, it goes down and then back up. So, an interesting thing, because this uses like gravity one. If you're doing it on its side, it actually doesn't work. So, this is something I discovered by accident. So, it's on its side. Yeah, look at that. It doesn't get caught, so it just springs up and down. But as soon as you do it on the proper way, it works. And it works wonderfully. Like, I'm really impressed with this feature. And just, so you put this back on, and yeah, and just, I don't know, it just works. Now, I don't know how it feels compared to the actual original NES, because like I said, I don't have an NES, but this just feels really good to do. And, I hope Lego does more, kind of builds like this, replicas of stuff, and also, You've probably seen this, in other reviews. If you've seen any other reviews, if not, then well, this is gonna be new to you. But there's a little Easter egg if you take up this panel right here, and I believe this is level 2. Yeah, World 1, level 2, the underground level, and they even have a little hidden area. You can go to the other worlds, and I thought that's just clever. There's even a little Mario in there, and this build is just. Oh, it's just a little. It's a really clever build, and it's just super micro scale, but it works, And I hope in the future, maybe I don't know if they would do this, but it'd be cool if Lego would have like expansion sets for this, more specifically for like the TV, so you play like other levels of Mario's. I don't know how that would work, how they would, if that would like cost a lot, or how they would be able to make that. But yeah, so that's basically all the NES. And and believe it or not, the NES is more of the simpler build, even though it has the excellent features in it. And just like I said, these really, like, it looks simple, but when you build it, it's actually fairly complex building techniques. And also when building, it was fairly hard because a lot of the gray pieces got mixed up, but that's besides the point. And it looks really clean and really nice. So let's get into looking at the Mario, the TV. All right, I'm gonna have to move this back to see the whole thing. But here is the TV build now. So yeah, you can see it's kind of really big. You can see basically if to show the whole thing, I'd have to show my whole desk, and you see it goes up. You can see Aang, But yeah, this is the build for the TV. Now it's on a stand. But you'd easily take the stand off. Now I'm gonna do that just so it's gonna be way easier to record that way, so I just don't break anything. So yeah, it easily comes off, and it slots in those slots and slots back in. So fairly, that's a fairly simplistic build of the stand. But the interesting build is this TV. Now, if you look here, there's, like I said, lots of prints. Like there's exclusive prints, boom, and I love when you move that, it clicks. Oh, don't want to be Justin to push down the pieces. I'm good. So you see this volume. No, wait, what was volume? I think this volume off on. The different knobs and whatnot. And I love right here. There's a print that says low tech. Like if it's a company or something, which I just thought that was funny. Just a funny little deal. Because it isn't based on any TV. It's just based on kind of, I don't know, just a TV. And they should get a brand saying low tech. Which I think is funny. Like no company would call himself low tech. But yeah, so that is the kind of the front and all the knobs. And let's just look at the back before we kind of go into all the play features and whatnot. See here. Now this is where the other sticker comes into play, right here. Boom. Like I said, those are all the stickers. 3 stickers. Everything else is prints. And this kind of makes sense to be a sticker, because I imagine if it was on the back of a TV, it'd probably be a sticker. They wouldn't print something like metal. So you can see here a lot of just little ports and whatnot for to plug in. You can't actually plug in anything to these. The video and audio that would plug into the NES. I don't know what that would do. I think that would just plug into the wall. And then this little raised bit is really cool. And also on the top, you have an antenna that you can take out and have full extended antenna, and you could put it back in like so. And it's fairly easy to do. I'm just gonna leave it in, so just to make it easier for the review. And let's actually look at the actual feature, which you probably all have seen by now. Is that this? No, I'm just kidding. It's actually here on this side. There's a crank. What does that crank do? I wonder what it does. I definitely do not know. Oh wait, it plays Mario, and that is just really satisfying to do. And it goes through the same, just repeated level, as you know, and it uses those, like the prints I've been talking about in the beginning. And yeah, you basically just play Mario, and it looks really clean. And I'll show you how kind of that works if you don't know. But actually, before I do that, let me just show you real quick. Is with my Lego Mario figure, you can actually make it do like sound effects and stuff. So let me turn this bad boy on. Lego Mario time. So Lego Mario is ready to roll. So you scan this little thing. You scan there, and then you slide them forward. So look, you makes the sound effect with me. Gets the question block. Gets the mushroom. Hits him. Gets the coin. Continues. Gets the question block. Gets a coin. Gets a mushroom. Oh, I hit him by accident. Yeah. And if I stop, let's say I stop, and I wait for a little bit, does the winning sound effect. He's kind of looking down at me. It's kind of creepy. But yeah. So that is also that's kind of one of the reasons I got the Lego Mario figure. I want to test it out with this. So you can see, that's an exclusive scan. And then when it goes here, and you see when it rotates, like let's say it gets to this part, it knows, well, what sound effect to make. When it gets to the mushroom, it does an orange, so it knows you got the mushroom. It kicks the shell, lands on Goomba, all that. I don't know. Oh, yellow's for the coin that's right there. And it all correlates, and it basically just turns it into turns Lego Mario into like a different kind of mode. So I imagine there probably are ways to kind of, trick the system, I mean, not trick the system, but, with this thing, I mean, like I said, it'd probably be really easy to get new one of these to do different levels, to make kind of your own levels out of this. Now, it'd be really hard to do that. I've seen people do it before, but there probably are, ways to make your own levels and to kind of put the different colors up there so Lego Mario can recognize what it's going against. So I'm going to take this apart so you can kind of see the inner mechanism. So right now, just taking this. See, they're very colorful. Just going to take this and this. And you see, as soon as you take that apart, this comes off easily. This is the front. And also you can see here, this is kind of how it makes that clicking noise by just hitting that thing, that little rubber piece. And yeah, you can see here kind of how it works and how it just kind of spins around. It's very interesting. See, Lego Mario is just on this little loose thing, so it could just. So basically, like I said, he's not actually jumping. If you can't tell, like for example, when he gets the star, he just kind of gets the little thing just kind of gets pushed up by the pieces behind it. Very clever. Now I'm pretty sure this the idea of it was not originally made by Lego. I think I did see there was some other designer who did this, and I don't know if he helped with the set, or because this kind of reminds me of the Stranger Things, where there was originally like someone else's build, and I think Lego just kind of took it. I don't know if they, but it's even if they did steal it, it's a great set. Like, I'm not complaining, like even if it's stolen, I don't really care. So yeah, and like I said, the crank just does that, and you can see kind of how it all goes all the way around, and it's just very, very interesting. And I could even take it apart further to kind of show you some more of the mechanisms. So I can take this, just here, if I take, I'm going to take Mario off temporarily. I could take, this will come off if I just force it off. And, come on, I'm going to have to put the camera down for this. But yeah, I'm just gonna take it out so you can kind of see the inner mechanisms a bit better. Come on. Yeah, so that entire thing can come out. So I'm interested if people do other, if like Lego makes expansions or whatnot. You can see here the how it works. So this crank goes here to these gears go down into here, which makes that spin, which that is the one that connects to this, and there's a little pin in the bottom that kind of goes into some gears into there. And also, it doesn't let you do it backwards. So if I try to do it backwards, it doesn't work. It's because it also goes into here, and then there's this little thing. And if you try to do it backwards, that will stop it. That's very colorful on the inside, as you can see. And yeah, so that's it. And there's also this pole doesn't spin. This just kind of keeps it steady. This also spins, but it doesn't. It spins kind of freely. And yeah, then like I said, Mario goes into here. It's very loose connection, and yeah, that's basically it. You got, and it's like I said, very colorful in here. It's a very interesting, just building all that, and that's just kind of how the inner mechanism of the set goes. And before I end this, I do want to show off one last it's not really a detail about the set. I'll go over my final thoughts later, but this is really interesting detail I just had about the instruction manual. So yeah. All right, so something interesting. So the instructions for the TV is something interesting. It looks like I put a piece of paper in there, right? Like it's sticking out. It's not flush with the rest, but I did not. Look right here when I first looked at this, right? It was folded like so. Here. It's folded like this. So it was flush with the rest when it was folded. It was these 2 pages, right? I don't know how this happened in like the manufacturing or something. But yeah, so it was folded so it was flush, right? Like kind of so, and it was flush with the rest. But as soon as you unfold it, all of a sudden I had these like weird protruding pages. Like look at that. Like it goes out and like so. I don't know like how that happened. That was obviously like a manufacturing error, but I mean it's not as cool as getting like a misprint, but it is still, something pretty exclusive. And also these instructions are very cool. You got these little tidbits in the beginning, and I think the other one has the designers in the beginning, kind of the NES, and the TV, and it's just very interesting instructions, and like I said, feels very professional and whatnot. And yeah, so let's just get into packaging then the final verdict. No, I did the packaging in the beginning, which makes more sense in my opinion. But let's just get into what I think of the set as I just clumsily try to put this back together. So this set, now as you know, it's a very expensive set. It costs like I think like 220, I believe. 2020, yeah. Or is it like 210? I think I do know it is a very pricey set. Is it worth the price? I would say if you're a collector, and you like just collecting just collectibles and just replicas of stuff in general. Like, I'm not really nostalgic for the NES. Like, I grew up on the Wii, but just still, this is just a very nice model in general. It's very clean, very nice, and and even as a play feature. Even though it's a model, and they could have just, kept it like a model that was still, and it still would have been great. But no, they added the extra little feature of actually playing a level now. Like I said, I know, I'm like 99% sure someone else made this before Lego did, and I don't want to say Lego's copying them, but I don't think this is exactly original. But it's just a very, very nice, just Mario set, and, if you don't want something like gimmicky like Lego Mario, but you still want something that looks really cool and really clean, this is a good option. Like I said, very expensive, so you're going to have to save a bit, but it is, in my opinion, just a really nice set. And like I said, there's so much printing. Like if you like printed pieces, or just new pieces in general, right? Because these are just really good parts, really exclusive parts. I mean, I wouldn't buy this set if I just wanted it for parts, but it does have some good parts in it. And like I said, the print, like these exclusive prints are really cool. And honestly, you could probably try to like I don't know if I'll do this, but you could try to make your own like, Mario level, and have your own little thing like you replicate another level for Mario. I think I've seen people do that. I've also seen people make this one guy made a duck hunt level out of this, and he made a zapper, which I thought was really clever. But I don't know. I just really like this set. It's just really clean, really nice, and just it's just a good set. It's in general, like I said, very expensive. It's more of a display piece and less of a play piece, even though it has some play features. If you're a minifigure guy, it's not good because it comes 0 minifigures. But I really like it, even though I'm more, like I said, I'm a bit of a minifigure guy myself. But I still really like this set. It's like I said, excellent set. As soon as this was revealed, I knew I wanted it, and it didn't disappoint. The only things that I think, the only slightly off things is maybe, like, if I had any complaints, maybe that kind of these clips are obvious, or the buttons don't press, but those are, like I said, really minor. I love the amount of prints. I love the amount of I don't know, how clean it looks, how good even this feature works, this play feature. And it's kind of ingenious, and I don't know. It's should I rate sets? Should I give them a number out of a number? Fine. I'm gonna give this one a 10 out of 10. This is just, I don't know, phenomenal set. A lot of prints, and I don't know. I love it. It's the best. If you guys like the video, leave a like, and just have a lovely day. If you guys don't know, I did a live build of the Razor Crest. You can go, it's 4 hours, so you probably shouldn't watch a live video when it's not live. But if you guys want to see other live builds of stuff, just, tell me. And then, if I'll do it. I'll probably just do it in the future. If you guys want to see more reviews like this, tell me. This is my first review. So, if you like it, just, leave a like and just have a nice day. Go play Mario. Bye.